Good morning, college football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out College Edition, right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let me just say, it was an eventful week. Oh yes, an eventful week indeed. However, this week could even be more eventful. We'll tell you why. There are so many great games this weekend. Last weekend we had some good ones. This weekend I think we're getting into the mode now where we're really starting to have some fun. And all of the week, high school football is pretty much reached league play, and these teams are fighting for either a playoff position or to stay relevant in that top 10 in the nation. That's fun. Junior college, oh boy, that is just heating up in the craziest way. We also have here NCAA, man. Let me just say, last week, Wisconsin teams are nothing to mess with, man. They slayed some D2 schools last year. Yeah, we'll be getting into that. That was some crazy stuff, man. Good old D3 slaying D2. Yeah, ask the Wisconsin schools. I think they know what's up. Also, Division 2. We had a good one last week. We got another good one coming up this week. Just one, but it's a good one. Actually, maybe a few. Some FCS action, NAIA, and of course, the big one, the FBS. So much to get into today. Well, I think everyone will be very pleased with the slate of games going on up today. Pick along with us, recap along with us. You are now tuned in live to the 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your review for all that is sports. Welcome, all you diehard college and high school football fans. As you can see, it's a little dark in these parts because, well, California, right now, Southern California decided to be extremely hot forever, and now it's like freezing cold. It's typical around this time, so sorry, guys. However, we have ourselves a great show today, and of course, you know what I got to do, man, to start things off. Bring in my boy, man. He, of course, is co-host of this show, the host of Set Point, the host of the SoCal Spring Sports Show, and, of course, iSports Radio Hall of Famer, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? Good to have you this morning, man.
Hey, Larry B. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it is a little darker than normal, but hey, at least we are here, ready to talk some college football. Here we go.
Oh, we're ready. Oh, you're doing the DAC already. Here we
go. Yes, I
man.
didn't do it last week.
I'll tell you, we have ourselves some fun. This is going to be a great show, man. As always, we got so much to get into today, man. Mission Viejo looking strong in that top 10 right now. Oh, Mission Viejo hasn't looked like this in quite some time, Teran. I think the last time Mission Viejo was this high up there was a guy by the name of Mark Sanchez that played there. I think that's the last time they were this high. Oh boy, Mission Viejo has come to play football in the top 10 of the nation. John Bosco, St. John Bosco continues to win because that's kind of what they do. Also, Modern Day is doing their thing, just winning. But man, yesterday was a close call for Modern Day. We'll get into that. We got ourselves all kinds of fun stuff to get to. And of course, like I said, we're going to be going through every division, NJCAA, 3CAA. Oh my gosh, the mighty have fallen. I couldn't be more pissed off. I'll tell you this, though. There was a late call in that game that really screwed RCC. It is what it is. Refs are refs, but somebody didn't want to see RCC up there in the front. I'm just saying. Regardless, we'll get into that and plenty more. But first, we got to show some love to our awesome sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Brisket, Beef Jerky. The jerky that's on a whole other planet because they're that good. And of course, my beautiful wife, her awesome company, Seal the Deal Wax Seals, making sealing stamps for all of your awesome needs, man. You got some baby shower invitations, you got all the goods, man. Graduation, of course, that's not happening right now, but people graduate all the time in college, so there you go. Letters to a friend, all kinds of cool stuff, man. Wedding invitations. So we're taking ourselves a quick break, show some love, and a quick word from iSports Radio. When we come back, we're going to jump right on in to the recap of last week's FBS. Florida State isn't good. Anyway, we're going to get into all those cool things coming on up. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all the numbers. Everybody, man, you guys are amazing. Appreciate you so very much. Make sure to check us out, man, right here. All over the place. Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, everywhere, man. Amazon Music / Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Castbox, Podchaser, Podcast Addict. We have GeoSave and all these freaking things, man. We are everywhere. The audio version all over these places, uploaded throw them in there. Check us out, the audio. You can check us out YouTube also. Please subscribe. Show us some love, man. IE Sports Radio right here. Like, smash, all that good stuff, okay? Smash like, subscribe. Check us out. We push out freaking content like every day. Every day. He's playing. It's like a movie, you know what I mean? You gotta love that, right? You know, in a world. That'd be kind of cool, right? Do our little movie preview, you know what I mean?
In a world where Larry B and Teran wake up at 6 a.m. to get ready for a college football podcast, comes 3 and Out College Edition with Larry B and Teran Rodriguez.
Hey, sound effects. You gotta get the sound effects in there. You know what I mean? Like,
I was doing the voice.
I got the sound effects going. You know, I got the sound effects going on. You know, I like that. Yeah, we gotta get those sound effects going. And see, it's like, if you're laughing at us, we don't like you. If you guys are laughing at us, we don't even like you. Okay, but if you thought that was cool, you're cool. You're cool. That's pretty good, Sam. We gotta do that again.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. I had you back. I had the sound effects going on, man. I was waiting for you to finish, coming this fall.
That was on the fly, but
that was awesome.
Hey, pretty good.
Good old Tara, man. With that said, yeah, we have fun here. It's kind of our thing. So our boy Adam Carnick, Illinois won last night. They did. They beat Nebraska. Are they going to make the top 20? That's yet to be seen. I'm not too critical on the Illini. I guess want to see more. But what I saw last night with these guys was pretty damn good. I mean, what more do you want, right? So I think they'll crack the top 20. But they got to earn their keep, stay there. I mean, it's been pretty good though. They've had some. That's a perfect kickoff perfect segue into today's show, man. Jumping up with that little recap there. So yeah, are they deserving? I believe so. Does everybody else think they are? I don't know. It'd be kind of cool if they were to be put in there. But so FBS recap, man, we had so much to get into from yesterday. This was crazy enough, but we got to get into last week. Yesterday, we seen Stanford beat Syracuse because, Stanford's in the Atlantic coast. I didn't know that. I grew up my whole life thinking they were on the West Coast. Man, I'm crazy. I must be absolutely crazy. SMU apparently is on the East Coast too. I didn't know that either.
Cal too.
And Cal is apparently on the East Coast. I grew up my whole life thinking that they were up north in Northern California, and apparently they're somewhere in Eastern Carolina. So I didn't know that. But anyway, man, we had a one for the ages last night. The Wazoo, man, playing. I mean, it was a great game. Look, we got some good stuff to recap. Let's take a look. What's going on, man? Hey, our boy Crypto, man. What's going on, Bishop? He says, "Let's go, Miz." Yeah. Vanderbilt is a sneaky the Vandy boys, man. The Vandy boys in baseball are always good. Vandy and football's coming, Teran. They're coming. They're on their way, man. So we got a lot to recap. Let's go and jump into last week's recap. Teran, we picked these games obviously last week. These are the ones we end the show with. And we always start the show with the recap of these things before we dive into high school and all the lower divisions of college football. But yeah, Teran, wow. Last week was a doozy, man. There were some games where I was like, how in the hell did they win? I mean, obviously you got the games like Alabama. Okay, number 4 Alabama is stomping all over Wisconsin, 42-10. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all thought that was going to happen, LSU, man, they had a problem. They had a problem with the Gamecocks, but they ended up pulling that thing out. Man, Darren, we talked about it last week. We were like, if LSU loses this game.
They at least beat one USC. I'll give them that much.
They're not. Stop it. No, they're not USC. They're just SC.
But we all know who the real USC is.
All day long. Yes. 100%. But yeah, it was a really crazy game, man. I was like, man, if South Carolina pulls this thing off, just take the ranking off of LSU. Like, they don't deserve a ranking right now. Like, I'm sorry. And give Southern now you got me saying it, Southern California. Give South Carolina the ranking, man. I mean, I'm just saying. Michigan, they kind of struggled last week with Arkansas State, 28-18. Michigan's looking really odd, Darren. They're weird. They're a weird football team. Like, do you even have anything to say about them?
Hopefully that's a sign of things to come for SC. Hopefully they can actually put up more than 18 points when they play them. And I'm just going to say, as a SoCal fan or the host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, it felt very odd not seeing USC and having to see San Diego State and UCLA kind of stink things up. At least San Diego was able to bring home the win in terms. Oh, and Cal Poly too.
Oh, Cal Poly did great in the FCS. Yes.
They represent SoCal better than the two teams in the FBS.
Yeah, emphasis on the BS, Darren. And nobody else seems to want to play football in Southern California. So
USC is back this week for real this time.
Oh, in Michigan. Oh, that's going to be fun. So Illinois, of course, destroying Central Michigan. So there you go. Adam, man, he's happy for that team. But dude, Memphis defeats Florida State.
I knew I should have picked them. And they're really cool uniforms.
And they're really cool uniforms, too. The Noles are on a roller coaster, and it's a drop that's just not ending. It's like, they're just going. Like, they're not going, woof. No, they're just going down. That must be one scary. That's one scary-ass roller coaster. 0-3, the Noles are absolutely hideous. Are you at all, Darren, even worried if you see Florida State in your schedule right now?
I wouldn't be. That is so sad right there. It's like, talk about high expectations, and then I think the limelight just got to them. I think Georgia Tech might have broken them because ever since the Georgia Tech game, they've looked worse and worse. And now they're losing to Memphis. Oof.
But Memphis did look really cool when they did it. Gotta have those.
Did it in those really cool uniforms.
Really, really cool uniforms. So I'll tell you, those are awesome. But yeah, man. So it was just crazy. We had some crazy games. I mean, NC State over Louisiana Tech, Cincinnati over Miami of Ohio. Okay, we all know these games, blah, 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 blah. But number 6, Mizzou, man. Earlier we saw Bishop jump into this, man, talk about Mizzou, man. They knocked off number 24 Boston College last week, 27-21. This team's actually pretty legit, man. This dude Cook, he's pretty damn solid. 21 for 30, 264 yards, 1 TD. Dude, Noel, the running back, man, 121 yards on 22 carries. Burden, even with 6 receptions for 117 yards in a touchdown. Dude, Mizzou is the team that I don't think anybody's talking about that everyone should start talking about because they're number 6 in the country. I think they actually moved up. I don't know, but they're pretty damn good, man. And Mizzou's going to be in that playoff, man. I think so.
Yeah, and they have a good recruiting class, and they've drastically improved. They used to be one of the more iffy teams from the SEC. Now they're one of the more better teams from the SEC. And again, it helps with great recruiting and a great culture. Again, and you touched upon it best. They're not the flashiest SEC team. They're not Alabama. They're not Georgia. But they're themselves, and they're really making a name for themselves. And you have to admire them. There's a reason why I kind of picked them to beat Ohio State in their bowl game last year. So great stuff for Missouri. I'm impressed, to say the least.
No, me too, dude. They're solid, man. I haven't seen them look this exciting since 2009, 2010 when Jeremy Maclin was on the team. Do you remember Jeremy Maclin? They had Blaine Gabbert, I think. Remember they had a pretty okay. I mean, I know. We go to the NFL and Gabbert wasn't Maclin had a good career, but yeah, I just you know what, it was crazy, man. Mizzou, this team just coming out doing their thing. But yeah, man. So okay, I'm really bummed we're not going to see the Apple Cup and the Civil War anymore on Thanksgiving because those were fun. But this year, I don't know, man. I mean, well, at least the Apple Cup was really cool, was really good. But man, the Civil War was just it was horrible. I know. I was hoping for Oregon State to come out and fight. I really did, and they kind of left the game in the first quarter. Oregon beat them stupid, man. 49-14. Oregon finally wants to look good. Okay, I'm over here blowing these guys up, talking about they're going to win the Big Ten and everything, this year, whatever. And Oregon just looks like crap all year so far. And then they want to come out and destroy Oregon State. So, I mean, I don't know. Teran, what do you think about this one?
I mean, I picked Oregon State last week, so I should be the one that should be like frustrated at Oregon for actually deciding to show up. But yeah, I didn't expect Oregon State to lay out that much of a stinker, but it is what it is, and Oregon finally looked good. Hence the word finally. Now can they keep it up?
Yeah, almost losing to Idaho. And then they destroy
and Boise
Idaho.
State for that matter.
And Boise State. I mean, Boise State's a lot better than Idaho, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But still, Oklahoma just smacks around Tulane kind of 34-19. Oklahoma's they're moving on up. But dude, Notre Dame just absolutely smacks Purdue 66-7. I mean, we can continue to roll through these, man. Florida gets beat by Texas A&M. Both those teams are unranked. There's just a cluster going on there. I mean, the Apple Cup was awesome. 24-19. Washington State, Wazoo knocks off Washington 24-19. That was a fun game to watch. I really enjoyed that game. I had both of them on. I had Civil War and the Apple Cup on at the same time. Really enjoyed that thing, man. Why one was just like a snooze fest, the other one made up for all the crap. So I don't know. What did you think about that game, man?
Yeah, it was an instant classic, or one of the instant classics. And gotta give props to Wazoo. They're the only quote-unquote undefeated Pac-12 team that remains. And honestly, good for them. I'm glad they're able to move the ball up. I know they had a little bit of a scare last night against San Jose State, but against Washington, that's still a pretty good team. Yes, this isn't the same Washington as they had last year with all those players that they had like Polk and Odunze, but they're still a solid team. And Washington State, they're now welcome to the Mountain West Conference, but I think this Wazoo team looks sneaky good. I think this Wazoo team is kind of deserving of a little more respect.
Agreed. I think they look pretty good. This is exciting, man. I'm excited to see these guys. Washington, they took a turn for the worse, man. So let's see if they can redeem themselves. But yeah, man. Pittsburgh and West Virginia. That was a fun game. 38-34. Pitt pulls it off, man. Solid performance there. But overall, man, we had some fun ones, man. Utah and Utah State was actually a good game for a while, and then the Utes kind of just took over that one. But still, good stuff there. Miami defeats Ball State. Whoop-de-doo, Miami.
Cupcake schedule.
Yeah, you don't get that one, Miami. Sorry. So there was some cupcakes last week, so we're not going to touch on some of these cupcake games. There were some other ones, like number 1 Georgia, who damn near lost to Kentucky. Teran, this is when you got to look at yourself and say, okay, did we just play really bad, or is everyone catching us? And I don't know, man. Last week, Kentucky, I get it. They were home. They came to play. Georgia, they had them on the ropes the whole damn time, man. But they didn't look good at all, Teran. Beck only had 160 yards. Atina only had 79 on the ground. Levitt had 89 yards through the air. I mean, it's kind of funny. If you look at the numbers for Kentucky, they look like they won the game. Vandegrift, he had 114. I mean, yeah, he wasn't that great with the 14 for 27. But dude, this running back, man, Sumo Kargbe, I want to butcher his name there, but he almost hit the century mark, man. 22 carries for 98 yards. There was a lot of different receivers. Brown led here, 3 receptions with 34 yards overall. But dude, you look at Georgia and you just think to yourself, like, okay, that's number 1. They're still number 1. They look good, but I don't know. Like, were you surprised at this game?
Yeah, very much so. That was a game right there, and Georgia should be thankful that they can play defense. Otherwise, they're most likely losing that game and falling out of the top 5. But yeah, that was a great performance by Kentucky. They did everything correct, and this is why you play the game, because you never know who's going to pull off the win. And at that point, Kentucky was playing with house money. They were like, oh, we're up and we're looking good. And then Georgia finally woke up, thankfully for their sake.
Mhm.
And this just goes to show that the SEC is really fun because you've got Georgia that looks good. You got Texas, obviously, looking good.
Yeah.
Alabama, Tennessee, Missouri. Those teams also look good. LSU, if they could figure things out, hence the word if. And it's just a bunch of other talented teams that are just looking to play some darn good football. And Bishop said it best. Vanderbilt can be a sneaky team.
No, they can. They can. And big ups, by the way, to Jen B in the chat room. Good morning. Good morning to you. They just got off the show. They got off a really cool mashup show a little bit ago, talking about one of the toilet bowls of the week. I'm just kidding.
It's not going to be that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not good, but we'll see. It might be a fun game. I don't know, but I love it. The New York State of the land. You gotta love it. The mashup shows are awesome, man. They just talked about that game coming up on Sunday. So they're in the chat. Jen B's excited. I know Jen B's happy with her college teams, looking pretty good. Mount Union just eating everyone alive as per usual. I mean, some of these teams are just going off over there. But so let's get into let's continue and get this recap going on, and here we go. Oh my goodness, Bishop says it's going to end in a draw 0-0 or 3-3.
We're not playing soccer here.
Sometimes, Teran, I wonder if the Giants are. I don't really know what the Giants are doing. I have no idea what the Giants are doing sometimes. I think they get lost. But another team that wears a version of blue and looked lost last week was the UCLA Bruins.
Oh my God. No.
Those guys, Teran, what in the actual hell was happening? You have a team. Look, man, UCLA looks on paper, they look really close to Indiana. They look like they can match up really well. And they laid the biggest freaking turd in the middle of the Rose Bowl last week. Indiana, man. Indiana was like, hey, we'll take that. They got it done 42-13. Yesterday on the way home from work, man, I heard you talk about this game. I'm not going to pain you too much more, but, give us a little quick recap.
It was baptism by fire for UCLA in their Big Ten debut. They were on national TV, mind you. National TV. They were on NBC, and I've never felt so sickened to watch that one. When they were down 21-0, I knew it was over. And after that touchdown, they basically they couldn't get anything going. They just had to settle for field goals. And the UCLA offense struggled when their running back is their leading receiver. But Indiana, Curtis O'Rourke just literally lit it up. Again, UCLA just made this Curtis O'Rourke guy look like a Heisman candidate. I'm sorry, but that was straight up embarrassing. And like I said, where is the next win going to be coming for UCLA? Because their next games are all gauntlet games. They've got LSU this week. I think they've got Penn State sometime down the road. And I don't have their schedule pulled up in front of me, but it's going to be a brutal stretch for those gutty little Bruins. And one of my friends who used to play football for UCLA, he thinks that UCLA is not bowling this year. So you got to hope for UCLA's sake that they can turn it around. But it just looks so bad. They've looked so bad in their first two games. And this week is going to be even tough sledding because they're at LSU in Baton Rouge.
LSU was not easy for the Trojans to beat. And the Trojans obviously, won that game, but it was a struggle. And the LSU
that
still
could be
fight.
UCLA's Super Bowl right there.
Oh yeah, if UCLA somehow beats LSU, they better just celebrate, man. I mean, it's they might as well. I don't know, rain some confetti down, man. I mean,
storm the field just like Washington State did last night.
Just do it. This is your chance. You're not going to get another one of these. Just storm the field, UCLA. Hey, it is Earth, Wind, and Fire Day today, Teran. Today is Earth, Wind, and Fire Day.
Oh, yeah, 21st night of September.
That's right, y'all. This is the night, man. This is it. Do you remember? I hope somebody's gonna remember tonight, and somebody's gonna want to forget.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio yesterday. I'm like, they're playing this song way too early.
Hey, gotta. I'm gonna say, gotta get into. Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire, brother. No one tops them. I'm just saying, but yeah, Teran. So tonight, people are gonna remember, and they're gonna, they're gonna remember, and they're gonna not want to remember the 21st night of September. I'll tell you that. So yeah, Teran, we we're gonna have some fun. What's up to everybody in the chat? Once again, oh my gosh, GMB 28-18, all field goals for the Giants. I don't somehow, some way they're gonna find a way to make that score ugly, and I don't even know. Yesterday I'm 3-and-out. That was a hard game for me to talk about because they're both just. Anyway, back to college football because that's better than watching the Browns and the Giants. we have Drewski. Speaking of the Browns and Giants, this looks like a D3 matchup. I'm sorry. This week we have Division 3 Cleveland Browns taking on Division Junior College New York Giants. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway,
it'll be on the Hallmark Channel because there's at least going to be one happy ending.
Oh no, both of those teams right now don't know their head from their ass. Neither of those teams know what they're doing right now. So anyway, good morning to our boy Drewski, man. Good morning, Teran. Larry B, what's going on, brother? Have a great. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Drewski. We appreciate you, bro. Showing love, man. Catch him on Wednesday nights doing his thing. What is good, man? Oh yeah, we already know, man. Tonight's the night, man. And we ain't talking about Betty Wright. It could be. Tonight is the. Okay, no, what that song's actually talking about, no. But we can just keep the name. Tonight is the night. I mean, hey, we could put the DJ Quick version in there, tonight is the night. But yeah, we're excited, man. This is gonna be a great, great day of college football. Last week was pretty fun. Yeah, but we got Bishop rolling in the chat room. Yeah, I know. It's fun, man. We we have fun up on here, man. We do. So last week, bro, Colorado just smacked around Colorado State. Is it a surprise? Is it something?
Of course not. Happy, of course, it's not a surprise. They've got one of the best wide receivers in the country, and they've got Shedeur Saunders, who's probably going to the NFL, and they've got Coach Prime. So, yeah, I don't think this is too much of a surprise.
It's not. It's just this year has been a surprise. I don't know. I think they should have a better record. But I'm still cheering on the Buffaloes, man. Coach Prime over there. Yeah. Cowboys look like a D3 man. Cowboys look like a bottom feeder NJCAA team. They just don't even get me going on. Yeah, Cowboys looking like Trine right now. I'm just kidding. Good old Trine University. I hope we can talk about them coming up this week. Or in a couple of weeks at least, man. We'll see. But Maryland over Virginia, 27-13. Cool. Virginia just kind of, it's kind of cool because for Mike Pat last night, we couldn't get his show going. He's going to be doing a show tonight. Let's whine about DMV sports. But he was like, I love this week, man. Maryland, Virginia. He's like, because I couldn't lose, He's like,
that's what's up.
Hey, right? You got two teams facing each other from your area, Teran, you know what that's like. You got that obviously a lot during the year too with SoCal teams versus SoCal teams. BYU over Wyoming, I always thought that was great. But Teran, Cal, I know, Northern California romped freaking Southern California this week. Cal, dude, just took. I'm just gonna put it like this, Teran. Cal took San Diego State around the woodshed, man. They done beat these fools into last week, man. San Diego State woke up the next morning like, hey, are we in week 2? Like, Teran, Cal put a beat down on SDSU, man. What is going on with San Diego State, man?
They just don't have any form of an offense. This is ridiculous. I've been saying this all on my show. Mm-hmm. San Diego State has no form of offense. They need like a flashy quarterback. I know recruiting can be tough when you're having to keep up with USC and UCLA and everyone else in the Mountain West, but this is ridiculous, dude. It's like, how do you not have a competent form of offense. You have one of the more better defenses, and your offense just looks about as abysmal as ever.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even say they put up 10 points instead of 0, because that touchdown came when they were down 3 scores, and eventually just Cal got another score and just basically kept the game out of reach. The first half was good. Like, San Diego State was impressive in the first half. They have a solid defense, but then when the second half comes, it just goes downhill from there. And it really, if you're a San Diego State fan, you're probably pulling out your hair right now.
I mean, Teran, they looked bad. There's nothing more to say about SDSU, man. This team crapped the bed. They look terrible. I don't understand where it's coming from. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know. The last time they had a decent quarterback that at least everyone knew his name was what, Lindsley?
I think it had to have been like post-COVID, where they made it all the way to the Mountain West Conference Championship, only to lose to Utah State. Ugh.
That was a ways back, man. But no,
their first ever Mountain West Conference Championship.
I remember that. That's true. Yeah, Teran, this team just I don't know. They as
bring
Angela
back Rocky Wong, please.
We miss you, Rocky. Oh my gosh.
Why did he have to go to Syracuse?
I don't even like Syracuse. I don't even like him. Nope, don't even like Syracuse. But do you guys think the defenses are better in college this season? I mean, in the video game, yeah. They are. I'm seeing better defense with a lot of teams out there. But yeah, I don't know. In a world where you can't hit nobody no more, it's really hard. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing some good defense, man. I mean, speaking of horrible defense, I'm just kidding. Fresno State just romps New Mexico State last week, 48-0. That was fun. But let's get on into this week, man. The recap. UNLV, or last week, man. UNLV got it done, dude. We talked about that last week. I'm still excited. That was last week, man, defeating Kansas. I am like riding the UNLV train right now. I don't even care, man. Kale is putting these guys on Sin City Sports right now on IE Sports Radio, and they're just getting it, man. So let's get on into. I just had to mention them one more time before we got out of here, before we jump on to this week's recap. But Thursday, obviously we had a game. South Alabama defeating Appalachian State 48-14. Surprise, surprise, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you also got to remember that South Alabama hung, I think, 87 on their previous opponents.
They did. Yeah, good old South Alabama. They did defeat Northwestern State, which I don't even know if that's a D2 school or something, but they're not very good. 87 points. It was kind of sad. So South Alabama, hey, they're doing their thing. But yeah, no, Brucey's got it, man. UNLV is a good squad, and they are, man. I'm excited for the Rebels, man. See what they got this week. But dude, yesterday, Stanford, first game in the ACC, because once again, Stanford apparently is in North Carolina. But hey, they knocked off Syracuse 26-24 on the road. Freaking 3-hour trip, man. 3-hour time zone trip. They freaking got all the way over there, got it done. Defeated those dudes. What a game. Illinois. This is what Adam was talking about him earlier, man. Number 24, Illinois, man. 31-24, defeating number 22, Nebraska in overtime. Nebraska's good. They're not great. Okay. Nebraska's football team is not their volleyball team, guys. Their football team is their volleyball is their team. Okay. That is their team. The men's football, football it's good. It's gotten better, but yeah, yesterday they just went downhill. Last second field goal, great game, man, for that game yesterday. But yeah, and then we get into another overtime game we had last night. It was a lot of fun, man. Washington State defeating San Jose State 54-24. That reminds me of the remember the Rams, Teran? It was Rams and who was it?
Chiefs?
Rams and Chiefs. Remember when they wore
Monday Night Football, yeah.
They wore the mustard and ketchup game. Remember they wore the color?
I do remember that.
And it was like 75 overtimes.
I actually think it was decided in regulation, but it was just so high scoring.
Yeah.
There was even some defensive scores and just lots of scoring.
And Bouquet scored that game. Remember, defensive end? He scored. It was a fun game. That was a fun football game, man. Yeah, that was the color rush jerseys. That was a couple years ago. That was a fun. But yeah, I mean, hey, this was kind of like it yesterday. I mean, San Jose they got the blue and gold or blue and yellow going on. Wazoo got the red. Yeah, I'm just saying, it was close to that. But yeah, dude, that was a hell of a game, man. Wazoo pulls this thing off. Look at this freaking golly, man. I mean, what a game. What a game, man. The stats in this game are insane. Mateer, the quarterback, 390 yards, 4 touchdowns. He threw 2 picks, but so did Brown, man. They're the other quarterback on the sideline from San Jose State. 375 yards, 4 touchdowns. Man, their stats were damn near the same. Except for Brown went 35 for 54 and Mateer went 26 for 46. But regardless, man, it was a crazy game. Pretty much everybody went up the century mark. I mean, it was nuts, man. Everyone had a great game. Chalk. Mateer leading rusher as well. Nash leading for San Jose State. Williams leading for Wazoo. I mean, that was a hell of a game yesterday, man. Were you enjoying this one? Or were you – I think you were out and about, huh?
I still caught glimpses of it, and yeah, that was a barn burner right there between two really good teams, not two really good teams, but two good teams from their conference. So I gotta give them props to that. If you're a defensive guy, though, you're probably turning this game off for puking. I actually do want to circle back to the Illinois-Nebraska game. So Nebraska lost to Illinois. That is their 25th straight loss to a ranked team.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no is right. And they still got plenty more on that schedule of theirs.
Oh no. Oh.
Baby, what is you doing?
Oh, yeah, for real. Oh no. Okay, well, that's a great time to end the FBS recap, Teran. Oh no. Well, with that said, man, we definitely went a little longer there, but it doesn't matter. It was fun getting the recap of last week. Teran, some of these aren't even going to be that long today. You'll see. You'll see why. But when we come back, man, we're going to jump right into high school football. All is well in the top 10. And then we got them 3C2A. Number 1 has fallen. Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that. NJCAA action. Number 1 barely hangs on. Oh, that was fun. And, of course, the rest of the lower divisions. And, of course, later on in the show, pick along with us as we get on into this week, get our picks in for this week's awesome games here tonight on the 21st night of September. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all of that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
Hey, Cleveland and Columbus sports fans. This is Jen D, host of the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. If you love Cleveland and Columbus sports like I do, Be sure to tune in live to the Show of the Land on Tuesdays, where we will cover the Cleveland Browns, Cavs, Guardians, and Monsters. We will also talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets, Crew, Fury, and of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll also cover other colleges in the area like Akron, Kent State, Cleveland State, Mount Union, John Carroll, Baldwin Wallace, Youngstown State, among others. So like I said, if you love Cleveland and Columbus sports like I do, be sure to tune in Tuesdays to the Show of the Land with Jen B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you want questions like this one down here, how does a team get ranked when they can't beat a ranked team? You want to tune in to the Show of the Land with Jen B. She's awesome. Checking out her drop there, ladies and gentlemen. She is amazing. Definitely a huge help here at IA Sports Radio. But no, this is the truth, Teran. Yeah, this is. Oh my gosh, yeah. We could be here all day talking about this question. But number one, oh, look at this one. Number one, Madison Washington took down number two. She's following her Northern Ohio. She's following Ohio. Tears. Keep it together. Yes. St. Ed's last night. Oh my gosh. In the High School football. That's amazing. And this is another thing I want to get back to doing, Teran. Since I know we're like weeks into the schedule, but I want everybody I want to start doing the high school spotlight again. That was fun last year, right, Teran? We got to get into the high school spotlight. Whoever your high school is, okay, tell us who they are and if they won yesterday or if they're playing today or they played on Thursday. Obviously, damn, this is kind of messed up, Teran. I didn't even mean to do this, but because I know the result already. He's getting. But Teran, how did your high school do last night?
Well, they did good. They got their first win of the season, finally. They wound up winning on homecoming as they honored their 1994 undefeated CIF Southern Section Championship team. I actually was on the call for the high school broadcast team in terms of their YouTube live stream thing, if that makes any sense. I did color commentary, and Newport Harbor wound up beating St. Augustine 28-7. It wasn't a blowout game by chance, but honestly, it was still a clean game, thankfully, for the Sailors' sake. And they have a bye next week, so they have that to basically recuperate, recover, and lick their wounds. So hopefully for their sake, they can be ready for their league opener against Tesoro.
That would be cool. Tesoro, of course, great team here in Southern California. Jen B says, fun fact, I learned last night my daughter's high school team is coached by a former Browns player. That's really cool. Hey, there you go. You got to love it, man. You see coaches like Antonio Pierce coaching Long Beach Poly before you know he's a Raider. I mean, it's crazy, right? But, awesome stuff there. But, yeah, man, big ups to Newport Harbor, man. I know they finally got themselves a win. They play at a much higher league than my high school. Back in the day, we played a lot higher. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Paris High, they're 4-1 for the first time, I think, in my gosh, a long time, man. Big grew up in Valley last night. Kind of funny. My cousin grew up. She was, of course, her and I were very close. She played water polo for them. They were really, really, really good. And Paris beat them last night 41-0. So congratulations to them. They get to start league play coming up. They got Lakeside, Citrus Hill, Moreno Valley, Canyon Springs, also Moreno Valley, and then Heritage coming on up. So Teran, I'm excited, man. This is a good year for Paris High, for Newport Harbor. They're just kind of figuring things out. I mean, but it's league. So hey, they got a whole new season basically these next 5 games. So
exactly. And what if you meet the requisite to automatically qualify for the playoffs, then non-league doesn't matter. If you've played a tough non-league schedule, then it's going to eventually pay off. I also should mention that Newport Harbor was starting their backup quarterback because the starting quarterback got hurt with a back injury in the previous game against Cajon. Yes, the same Cajon that was the alma mater to Jaden Daniels. So got to give the flowers to Jake Meir on his start. So great job to him. He threw 3 touchdown passes, which I thought was pretty good.
You gotta love it, man. You get those like Arlington a couple years ago blew our mind, Teran. This team only won 3 freaking games, but they were the most important games in their league, and they ended up getting into the freaking playoffs because the rest of the division, their league wasn't so good. They get into the playoffs and they run the table. They win 5 straight. They win 4 straight, win a CIF banner, and they go to state and they lost in the state final for their division versus the Northern California team. It's incredible, right, Teran? They won all but 3 games, but the 3 games that they happened to win just happened to matter the most, and they got a little help from their league not being that good that year. So I mean, it happens, right? So Newport Harbor, don't trip, man. Keep fighting, all right?
Yeah, they went 0 then they also went 0 no, they went 3-7 in 2021 and wound up winning CIF in a thriller over Temecula Valley. I'm sorry I have to bring that up, Larry.
I remember. No, it was a good football game.
Yeah, they were down 21 and they made a comeback. I was there in person. It's like, oh my God, that's amazing. And it just adds to the tradition of the long gray line.
Oh, for real, man. Gotta love it, dude. So, Teran, top 10 here. There's nothing to talk about, dude. There's not, except for last night was a little scary. Mater Dei welcomed over St. Francis Academy. St. Francis Academy, 2-2 coming in here. They kind of fell off last year. They weren't that great. But Teran, Mater Dei, they fought the hell out of Mater Dei, man. 25-14. Yeah, Mater Dei was challenged by St. Francis Academy yesterday, man. They still got the victory, but they were challenged. What do you think about that game?
Well, the thing about St. Francis is that they actually didn't have their starting quarterback. So the fact that Mater Dei was able to squeak out a win kind of shows how scrappy St. Francis can be. I mean, when you're facing Mater Dei, you basically don't have much to lose. You're playing with house money. So I got to give props to St. Francis for doing all that they could against Mater Dei in the situation that they're in. But the Monarchs are still them, and they're not going anywhere for the time being. And you got to love what Raul Lara has done for this Monarchs team. But St. Francis Academy, they've earned my respect getting a nice, solid result from this Mater Dei team on the road, mind you.
On the road, which was pretty cool, man. Speaking of another team that played on the road last night, actually, no, they played at home. St. John Bosco, man. They played Pittsburgh, and this wasn't Pittsburgh like what you think. We have a Pittsburgh, California. Yes. Okay, up north a little bit. Man, St. John Bosco got challenged too kind of for a little bit. 35-14. St. John Bosco now 5-0 on the season, but dude, Pittsburgh, they were 2-1 or 3-0 going into that game. Their first loss of the season. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, and this is what you want to do in terms of being a Trinity League team. You want to battle the best competition that you possibly can, because the Trinity League is going to be a gauntlet. For the most part.
That's for dang sure, Teran. For sure, man. The Milton Eagles out of the number 3 team in the country, out of Georgia. Teran, these guys, man, they just beat Chattahoochee. I know, crazy name, right? But they beat them 47-0 last night, 5-0 on the season. I think they're also getting ready to enter a league play. Milton cruising on there at number 3. Out of Texas, where's our boy Drewski at, man? Duncanville. Yep. Duncanville, man, out of the DMV over there. Teran, this team now 3-0 on the season, looking good. Actually, to 4-0, I believe. No, 3-0 on the season. This team looks freaking stout as per usual. 41-17 last night. Getting it done. This team is just getting it. I love what they got going on. They also beat St. Francis Academy 28-24 this year in week 2 of the season. Actually, just a couple weeks ago. Actually, last week. Sorry, yeah. So, I mean, St. Francis Academy just played. I mean, if anything, Teran, I think Duncanville was very prepared by St. Francis Academy was very prepared by Duncanville in that game from last week. That's why they probably came and fought so hard this week. But yeah, man, Bishop Gorman, obviously they had their only loss of the season to Mater Dei just a few weeks ago when it was number 1 versus number 2 in the country. But yeah, Teran, we talk now about this game, and dude, good old Bishop Gorman. They got the week off. They're getting ready to start. They got Liberty next week. They start league play as well. So IMG Academy, Well, these guys also looking pretty solid, defeating looks like Mandarin 49-6. So they are now, I think, just one lone loss, 4-1 on the season now. We go move on to Carrollton out of Georgia, another Georgia team there. Okay. This team now 6-0 on the year. They beat Parker 48-26 on the road yesterday. So hats off to Carrollton, another powerhouse there out of Georgia. North Shore going south here to Houston in Texas, man. These guys just doing what they do as well, Teran. They have now 3-0 on the season. They defeated Humble on Thursday night. Actually, no. They play Humble coming up on Thursday night. I'm sorry. They had about a week off, but they defeated Westfield a couple weeks ago or last week, 47-3. So North Shore still looking extremely strong. St. Thomas Aquinas at number 9 right now. These guys, they are 4-1, and they just beat MacArthur 56-0 yesterday. So there you go. And then rounding out the top 10. We talked about them already, man. Mission Viejo team is ready to go. Teran, these guys are now in the top 10 of the country. They were last week, but these guys are really getting it, man. I'm very proud of them. They are playing good football because yesterday, Teran, you brought this up last week, and dude, they freaking did it. Basha is one of the best teams in Arizona. Okay, this is one of those Chandler type schools. Okay, this is a damn good football team. And Mission Viejo got done 31-28. Really, really, really good football game for sure. But they got it done last night at home, getting it done. I mean, Teran, Mission Viejo, man, they defeated Campahima, I believe, in week 1. 41-20-7. Then they beat Santa Margarita, of course, Trinity League's team right there, 35-7. That's not easy to do. Liberty, which the same Liberty that Bishop Gorman, it's in their league, that they're going to play this week. They beat Liberty 46-0. They defeated Highland, and obviously Highland, we talked about them already, to Palmdale. They're, not a big ranked team, but they played them. 63-6, and then yesterday defeating Basha. Theron, Mission Viejo, man, make room for these guys, man. The Diablos are coming.
Yeah, that game yesterday was a barn burner, and that was actually the first, I would say, true challenge because they obviously played Santa Margarita, but took them to the shed. But dude, they kind of held on because Basha was making a late comeback late in the game, and you have to give it credit to Basha. I had a feeling that this was going to be a tough one for Mission Viejo, but they got it done. Got to look at the good quarterback tandem in Luke Fahey and Drayden Trudeau for Mission Viejo, and their favorite receiver is Philip Bell III, as well as Vance Spafford. And you can't also forget about is Cash Samonza, who is the younger brother of Caden Samonza, who's currently playing at Ball State. So, yeah, this Mission Viejo team is really, really special. And I also can't forget about their running back core, as Heinz Lilo Mayava is leading the way in that charge. Not really the biggest run team, but they are a legit team in terms of throwing the ball. And their defense is pretty darn good as well. Their linemen are obviously well trained, well conditioned as well. And Chad Johnson, if you look at this coaching staff, it looks very good. You got Chad Johnson, and then you got the former coach. Oh man, I'm blanking on the name, but it was something Johnson, no relation whatsoever. But I also remember that Mission Viejo has a former NFL player. I think it's his first name is like Omar. I don't remember the last name. I'm really sorry if I'm blanking on these names, but their coaching staff is really legit, if you ask me. So Mission Viejo definitely is the real deal in terms of its football team, and that Basha game was so good, and that was the big test for them. They've got Chaparral, which is a solid team. Then they got Long Beach Poly, young team but solid team whatsoever. So I definitely think Mission Viejo is going to be ready for its league. The Bravo League is going to be a gauntlet, and Chad Johnson calls that the SEC of public high schools in California.
That goes without saying, dude. Chaparral, Mission Viejo, Chaparral, Long Beach Poly, San Clemente, Edison. Yeah, can't forget about the Medicine Chargers, man. And Los Alamitos. I think we all know how damn good Los Alamitos is. So, Teran, great stuff there. High school football is great. The top 25, according to Max Preps, once again, out of Scotia, got 25 out of Texas, number 25. So 25 to 21. You got St. Francis Academy now at 24. J. Sarah Catholic out of San Juan Capistrano, which is right here in Southern California. DeSoto out of Texas in the DMV, they are 22. And Lakeland out of Florida are 21. From 20 to 16, we have De La Salle up north. Our boy Andres knows about them. Up there, they have they're doing pretty solid at 3-0 right now. De La Salle. We have Burden Catholic out of New Jersey, Corner Canyon out of Utah, Orange Lutheran right here out of the Trinity League, and Central out of Phoenix City out of Alabama. Then we have here, I think it's how you say it, or it might be Phoenix City, I don't know. But from 15 to 11, Coca out of Florida. We have Boyle County out of Kentucky, Buford out of Georgia. We talked about them a lot in the last couple of years, being up there in that top 5, top 10, top 5. Archibald Spalding out of Maryland. Looks like Severn, Maryland. And North Crowley. Teran, we talked about North Crowley. We talked about these guys a couple weeks ago getting that huge upset over DeSoto. Look at this, man. Drewski says here, of course, the host of the Hard Texas Sports Show right here on iSports Radio. He says North Crowley should compete. They're from Fort Worth, okay? They should compete. They should challenge Duncanville for the best in the state, man. That's amazing, man, because North Crowley showed us something a couple weeks ago, man. So they're rounding it out at 11. They're right behind Mission Viejo in that top 10. So, I mean, just amazing football, man. You got to love it. Let's see here. Jen says John Trunsky. Oh, cool. He was the linebacker for 10 years in the NFL, played for 2 seasons with the Browns. That's awesome. I guess he's coaching Regardless high school, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, that sucks. My high school was no longer exists. It was torn down over the summer. That sucks. But with that said, guys, lots of high school football coming your way, man. We got some good ones. Really excited this coming week. I mean, Santa Margarita and Mater Dei going head to head. St. John Bosco gets a week off, but they get Orange Lutheran coming on up here. Milton getting ready to take on Seckinger, I believe. I mean, just super cool, man. Duncanville getting ready to take on Skyline. I mean, just so many teams, man. IMG Academy and Central. I mean, lots of great teams coming on up here. We'll do, North Shore coming up. Humble, like I said, already coming up here. Carrollton, they will be facing Westlake in a couple of weeks. So just great football all around, man. We already talked about Mission Viejo. I'm excited for them and Chaparral coming on up next week. It's just going to be fun, man. St. Thomas Aquinas is getting ready to take on Bishop Moore next week. So let's see how this thing continues to ride out, man. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. When we get back, we're going to jump into junior college. Of course, the 3C2N, the NJCAA. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Calise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports, and I will update you on all that's black and gold. Have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Calise, the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
All right, I told you it was going to be a short break because, we spent a lot of time on those first two. But we got so much more to get to today, guys. So much more to get to. Big ups, of course, to our boy Ralph Calise, and of course, all of our great people here in the chat showing love, man, all over the place here at IE Sports Radio. Teran, we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off. The 3C2A last week was a very grim place for me. I was very irritated in every possible way, and yeah, I'm just really mad. Obviously, my beloved Riverside Tigers, man, RCC, team that I was proud to wear those colors for, man. Last week falls to a bitter rival, Golden West, and obviously over there in your neck of the woods. I mean, they were a rival. They've been a rival for a very long time. You know, they're a rival to us. They've been a rival for a long time with RCC, and unfortunately, last week, man, Riverside makes the trip out there and falls 37-36. Now, from what I understand, I listened to a high school football game recently, and Jeffrey Gorham of Riverside TV, they were talking about, the controversial call, and that kind of swung it Golden West's way, and there was just some crap. At the end of the day, look, can't really blame the refs. Golden West fought, they earned this victory, but it just sucks because, well, Riverside now is, you got to win these games. You have to. Does that mean they can't win a title? No, but it's going to be a lot harder now. And Riverside obviously now dropping to number 5 in the country, in California, and it sucks. But Golden West now 2-0. They're getting ready to take on Mesa this week. Congratulations to them. Riverside just cleaned it up. I don't know what else to say, man. Riverside just look. I don't know. I mean, they didn't even look that great realistically. But I mean, it just, I don't know. When it comes down to it, they lost. It sucks. I'm irritated. I didn't want to talk about it, but we got to. And it's a game that it's gonna sting for a good minute, man. The only thing that's gonna make that game better is winning another title. So I mean, that's really it. I know Coach Kraft. Like I said, I played for the man. He probably hasn't even slept. He's just. This week of practice, I'll tell you right now, Teran, this week of practice, yeah, it was a lot. I'll tell you, I'm sure these Tigers this week worked in practice because he's like, we're not letting that happen again. So, yeah. Anyway, Teran, what do you think?
Yeah, well, all I just gotta say is they can't keep getting away with it. I don't get how Golden West is able to have these really talented players. Like, their pipeline in terms of recruiting is so incredible. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too much, but what really killed Riverside was allowing 21 points in the first quarter. Sorry to have to make note of that. Like, they were down 14-0, and they had to battle back, and they actually led 36-0. And eventually Golden West was able to, that missed extra point at the end of the first quarter. Oh, I'm sorry. It was the missed 2-point conversion. God, that left the door wide open, which makes me wonder, why did you go for 2 when you could have at least taken the guaranteed extra point? So, I'm kind of seeing Riverside kicking themselves, but I'm not one to judge. I'm not a coach. But Golden West did deserve the win. Now, don't be surprised if these two teams meet in the 3C2A playoffs, like they maybe it's as a possibility. Because remember, that was the case I think a few years ago where Golden West beat RCC. Golden West was the number 1 seed. RCC pulled the upset, and then RCC I think wound up losing in the state championship that year.
They did, and that was I think to City College of San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Teran, that was oh my gosh. Hey, it's true. Big ups and hats off to Golden West, man. They won the game. It is what it is. Can't fault it on nobody else. You gotta
pick yourself up off the mat.
That's it, man. They freaking missed an extra point. Come on, man.
And 2-point conversion.
You go for 2 at the end of the first quarter. You don't get it. So that's where those points were left, man. And that's just, it is what it is. Now the current top 25, man. I mean, last week we had some bangers. I'll take a quick look at some of these around because there were some good ones. Obviously in the 3C2A. San Mateo just destroying Reedley. Surprise, surprise. They're knocking on the door right behind RCC. They are now number 1 again in the state. So congratulations to them, I guess. But whatever. Diablo Valley, the American River last year, they made it all the way to the semis. This past week, they lost to Diablo Valley, which isn't necessarily a high-ranked school. So oh, is that signs of American River going downhill? That's kind of rough right there. But yeah, just kind of a toughie for those guys. San Diego Mesa and Cerritos was probably like the game of the week, man. Those guys freaking went at it. San Diego Mesa winning that one 12-8 in a extreme defensive battle. Really fun game there. Mount San Jacinto won a game. Yay, they beat Citrus on the road 21-16. So hats off to those guys, man. But good stuff here from a lot of these schools. Canyons defeating Fullerton 29-13. Canyons isn't even ranked. Yeah, so that's kind of scary. We talked last week, another big game that we really liked, Ventura taking on Mount San Antonio. Mount Sac won that thing at home, but just barely. It was a good game. Ventura came to fight 22-14. Mount Sac wins that thing at home. Good game. Bakersfield just kind of does away with Long Beach here, 28-10. Palomar and El Camino was a really good game. I circled that one last week. I thought that would be a good one. 14-10. Palomar wins that thing on the road in Murdoch Stadium in Hawthorne area. So yeah, Teran, there were some good games last week. Obviously, though, the big one, like I said, that echoed around the entire 3C2A was Riverside losing. But yeah, Teran, it's one of those deals. Here's the new top 25, according to 3C2asports.org. So from 25 all the way to 21, we have Santa Rosa, Palomar, Saddleback, and then a tie for Sequoias and Foothill for 21. 20-16, we have Sacramento City, Citrus, Cerritos, Bakerfield, and El Camino. Diablo Valley is now ranked. I think they were ranked last week, but lower, obviously. 15-11, we have Diablo Valley, Canyons, Moore, Fullerton, and Allen Hancock. Then we have here the from 10-6, Ventura, American River, San Diego Mesa, Fresno, and Modesto. And your current top 5, Riverside, which knows how to freaking leave points on the freaking board and not win games and be upset by teams who are not as good as them. I'm sorry, I'll say I don't give a crap. But yeah, Riverside, Butte. Golden West is now number 3. Congratulations. San Antonio, number 2. And yes, San Mateo, number 1. So there you go, Teran. Oh, the frustration. But it's on to a new week. Here we go, man. So yesterday we had a couple of games. Laney defeating Shasta 35-10 and Diablo Valley defeating Feather River 63-21. But we get on to today's games, man. San Diego Mesa taking on Golden West. Yeah, let's see what these guys got. San Diego Mesa, they're number 8. Are they going to challenge Golden West? Is this going to, this is a ranked on ranked game, number 8 versus number 3. That should be a lot of fun today. Butte and San Francisco, that is a rivalry game. Butte, they're a pretty good football team, 2-0. Okay, they're looking strong. And obviously San Francisco, these guys, I mean, they've seen better days because they're not up there at all right now. But rivalry game. Let's see how this game goes. So that should be something fun to watch today, or hopefully you can watch the streams. Let's see what's going on with American River. They're taking on Fresno City today. I don't know what's going on there, but it was a rivalry game in Southern California last week, Golden West and Riverside. Well, this week, Teran, it's a rivalry game up north because we have San Mateo and Modesto. These two teams love to beat on each other. Teran, I don't think it's going to happen, but how freaking topsy-turvy would this entire 3C2A be if Modesto beat San Mateo?
That would be quite something, honestly. I would be pretty surprised.
Right? Hey, hats off to the Modesto Nuts defeating the Storm a couple of days ago. I'm really, really pissed off about that game in the California League for baseball. So mad. But anyway, with that said, Modesto, man, these guys here, they play well. They play great football. Like I said, Modesto is Golden West to San Mateo Riverside. I mean, that really is it. I mean, those two teams, they're very similar to that. So let's see. Can Modesto pull it off? They're home, just like Riverside was away last week. They went to Golden West, San Mateo, number 1. They're going to Modesto. So that should be fun. Modesto, number 6 right now in the state. So I don't know, dude. That seems like a lot of fun. We also have Canyons and Palomar. Should be cool there, I guess.
Canyons has a chance to really prove themselves after they beat Fullerton last week.
Oh, yeah, this is it. And Fullerton, I have questions now. Canyons is good, but like I said, Canyons kind of went downhill. They're not as, I don't know, they're not ranked. Riverside and El Camino, another rivalry week and on the road again. Okay, you just went to Orange County, now you're going to LA. Get it together, Riverside. Get it together. If you want it, I'll tell you right now, man, Coach. This last week of practice, I know because I endured those weeks, dude. After losing a close game, Darren, there were times where I was like, man, do I even like football anymore? I loved football, but that guy broke us, man. I mean, trust me, because he demanded the best, and that's what great coaches do. There were days where it took me 25 minutes to get to the car, man, and I only parked like 100 yards from the stadium. I had bags of ice on me. Damn, you know what I mean? Hey, man, you had to battle in practice, but we won. We won games. We won games. So this is a very, very good football team. And, I think they're going to bounce back this week. But, yeah, taking on El Camino. Currently, as we just talked about right now, Elko, they are currently ranked. Where the hell are they at? They're somewhere in here. But yeah, they're number 16. So yeah, man. I mean, we got some good ones. Fullerton taking on East Los. Okay, East Los Angeles. Let's see. Huskies taking on the Jackets. That should be a fun game there. So yeah, Ventura. Oh, look at this one. Ventura and Cerritos, Long Beach, Southwest. Orange Coast and Santa Barbara. Please win, Orange Coast. I mean, come on, man.
They came close to winning last week. They only lost 28-26.
Come on, guys.
But it just goes to show they left points on the board. Again, why are these coaches going for 2 when you could easily just take the extra point? I get it. Get the 2 points, get closer to possibly take the lead. But you want to take the points. Please just take the points. Why are these coaches getting aggressive? Yeah. This isn't the NFL where you have freaking Isaiah Pacheco or Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson. Let's take your freaking points and just
stop being cute. Riverside, exactly. they missed the extra point. No, it's true. Riverside missed the extra point. Okay. They thought they had to go for 2. There was logic there, but sometimes I don't know. But with that said, Darren, that's pretty much it, man. Okay, so real quick, who's your game of the week? I honestly think, the heat is on now for some of these teams. Like you said right now, I think Riverside Elko has got to be one of them. Has to be. My game of the week is for sure San Mateo and Modesto, though, because, it just looks like a scary game to me. Modesto is like, hey, if Golden West can beat Riverside, we can beat San Mateo. I mean, I'm just saying, dude, like, that's a fun game, and they play each other usually in the playoffs anyway. But Golden West and San Diego Mesa, another one, because let's see. Can they keep it going? I mean, dude, we have some good ones this week, man. What do you think?
I think it would have to be San Mateo Modesto as my game of the week. My close second would be San Diego Mesa and Golden West. Golden West, obviously, they're number 3, but they've won their games by combined 3 points. So let's see if they can win a little bit more handily against San Diego Mesa. It's going to be a tough trip for San Diego Mesa, but if they could escape with a win, that would be a big feather in their cap.
Oh, it would be. Boy, would it be. So exciting stuff there. Let's go ahead and transition on over to the NJCAA, Teran. I know we got to kind of scoot through these real quick because obviously we're time got us in those first couple segments, man. But Teran, talking here, man, last week, we don't got a lot to get into from the NJCAA last week. I mean, the big game for us, I mean, there was some good ones. There was. My gosh, where is it at? Iowa Western just destroyed Dog City 44-16 like we thought they would. They were number 1. They lost. I mean, number 1s are just losing this year, man. So I'm saying, San Mateo, you better hold on tight, man. Everyone's coming. But yeah, Garden City defeated Coffeyville 29-23. So good stuff there. Trinity Valley and Tyler was a great game. Tyler winning that game 14-7. I mean, East Mississippi just kind of fallen off. They lost again this week. Oh, tough one there. But Teran, the big game, obviously, we had last week was number 1, Hutchinson, taking on, I think at the time, number 3 or 4, Iowa Central. Teran, Hutchinson, man, on the ropes the whole damn game. Hutchinson pulls it off, though. The Blue Dragons, they pulled this game off over Iowa Central. They beat Iowa Western. Now they took on Iowa Western's rival, Iowa Central. Dude, this Hutchinson team, man, out of Kansas, they are tired of losing, dude. They lost 2 national championships in a row to Iowa Western. They're pissed off. And the messed up part is they were number 1 for half of the season in those seasons. I'd be pretty pissed off too. They got blown out the first year by Iowa Western. Last year was a respectable game. But dude, I don't understand, man. I mean, sometimes it was flip-flop. Maybe it was respectable 2 years ago, but last year I forgot. But what I do know is Hutchinson, dude. Hutchinson. Okay, Hutchinson. 33-30. They won that game at home, and that was a good game. So what do you think, man? Is that a fun one for you?
Oh yeah, that was probably the game of the week last week in overtime, mind you. So that's just one of the better matchups right there. That was a good matchup. Snow Lackawanna was a good matchup.
Oh,
those were my two standouts right there in terms of last week in the NJCAA. So bravo to both of those teams, and bravo to Hutchinson for being able to hold on and win an OT.
absolutely. And Snow, man, number 3 in the country now, and then Lackawanna 13. So, I mean, yeah, great stuff, man. We saw some football on Thursday night as well this past week. East Mississippi, man, the original Last Chance U is just falling off, Darren. They are 1-3 now. They lost to Itawamba 36-34 at home. Just nasty. You feel for these guys, man. I mean, you're 1-3. Now you're on the bottom looking up, man. I mean, you can trust me when you're down that low, especially they've run like the BCS system. They've picked 1 and 2 basically. Well, actually, no, they don't anymore. They have a small playoff now, 14 playoff. But I don't know, man. The Lions out of East Mississippi got to do something. That's all I know. Yesterday, obviously, actually we have one game, but yeah, I don't know. Monroe University versus Wagner College JV. I don't even know what that is. But anyway, I'll tell you this one though, man. This right here, good stuff this week. Really excited. We got Lackawanna and Georgia Military. Just brought them up right now. That'd be good. But Teran, we have a fun one. Iowa Western. Hutchinson just ran through both Iowa Western and Iowa Central. Iowa Western hanging on to number 2 right now. Iowa Central, okay, they fell back to 15 at 1 and 2, but they're still there. If Iowa Central can upset Iowa Western, dude, that's gonna really jack up Iowa Western. But I don't know. This should be fun. But that is my rivalry game. Like seriously, that's my rivalry game of the day for sure, right there. Kilgore and Navarro should be a lot of fun. Even Blinn, New Mexico Military should be pretty cool. We got a Texas battle. Once again, Trinity, Cisco, good stuff there. But yeah, Teran, my game of the week has to be Iowa Western and Iowa Central, and they're in Iowa West Central, man. They're in Fort Dodge, Iowa, dude. The Iowa Central is fighting for their life right now because if they lose this game, they can kiss the playoffs goodbye. I mean, I'm just saying they're too low. They're just not going to regain the ground. And if Iowa Western loses this game, we're going to need a big red stamp. Embarrassment. I mean, Teran, what do you think, man? Is that your game of the week?
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a straight up movie right there. That one is going to be probably the game of the week. Then also Kilgore Navarro. That should also be good, but I got to go with Iowa Western and Iowa Central. The Battle of Iowa.
Yeah, it is. This is going to be fun. I got to pick the Reavers, but hey, who knows, man? Iowa Central might come out. We've seen some crazy stuff this year, man. Every year we see something crazy, right? So we're going to go ahead and scoot it on over now into D3 football, man. Teran, last week was we had some interesting games. Number 10 Randolph-Macon was challenged by Hobart. Didn't lose, but 14-7. Good defensive battle there. But the story wasn't even like the D3 versus D3 games. There were some good ones. Okay, number 15 Endicott almost lost to Ithaca. That's a Massachusetts, New York battle right there. Those two states love to play each other. But Teran, the big story last week was Wisconsin teams just gutting Division II teams. Teran, Wisconsin Whitewater, number 3 in the nation, defeated Division II Roosevelt. I don't care what Roosevelt was ranked. Okay, I don't care. It's a Division II school, and supposed to be better, right, than D2 than D3, but not this way, man. Not this case. Whitewater defeats them 24-14. How about that? Lacrosse. That's right. I said it. Lacrosse, man. Wisconsin Lacrosse. They defeat another D2 team, Northern Michigan. Dude, yes, I'm loving this. That's what I'm talking about, dude. These guys are coming out and winning football games, man. They're defeating these bigger schools. That was really crazy to see. Number 20 Whitworth defeats Division II Eastern Oregon 31-19. Teran, these Division III schools are jacking up these D2 schools, man. How about that?
Yeah, I think these schools definitely come to play, and I definitely am impressed by them. I definitely was happy that they were able to. Some of these teams were able to pick up wins, and the Wisconsin teams. That just goes to show that it's not just the Wisconsin University in terms of being the major school in football. You got other Wisconsin teams that are willing to fight and willing to battle every single week.
That's for sure, man. We also have some other good ones. Number 6 versus number 13, St. John's, the Johnnies out of Minnesota taking on Wartburg out of Iowa. 35-13. The Johnnies win that one. Linfield, oh, you feel so bad for Oregon, man. They're creeped up into 23. Linfield, Oregon, they fought Wisconsin Oshkosh, number 14, but lost that one on the road, 28-21. I mean, just crazy, man. We had Salisbury, of course, out of the DMV defeating Muhlenberg right outside of Pittsburgh, out of Philadelphia, 59-38. There were some good games, man. Number 1, of course, in the country, North Central out of Illinois, had a very good game with Aurora, number 19 Aurora out of Illinois as well. 48-21, though, would not be for Aurora. Number 1 rolls on, and also number 8 Johns Hopkins. They had a close game there with Christopher Newport on the road, 14-3. They win that game. So there were some good ones there, man. We have going into this week, obviously we're gonna have some good battles. Cortland, we finally see Cortland up here. They're starting to they're here, man. This team, the national championships of last year, number 2 in the country right now. They're taking on Susquehanna. They are not ranked, but hey, I mean, let's see what happens there. We have Alma taking on another that D2 school. Alma out of Michigan taking on Northern Michigan, D2. Let's see if Northern Michigan loses 2 weeks in a row to D2 teams, to D3 teams, they need to be demoted to D3.
Relegate them.
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, you can't do that. It's illegal. Okay, you don't lose anyway. John Carroll. Finally, we see these guys, man. Mount Union's been destroying everybody, but now we get into them playing, a ranked on ranked game in D3. Mount Union, number 4 in the country. They are taking on John Carroll, and obviously John Carroll, no pushover. They're number 25. Let's see this game. I'm excited. Purple Raiders all day, right? Right, Teran? I'm sure they're going to destroy this game. But they look good. Mount Union, they're just cruising. They're in cruise control right now. So
yeah, I'm taking Mount Union too. Nothing against John Carroll, but I think Mount Union is just playing on a whole different level. I hope John Carroll can keep it close, though.
Yeah, me too. I'm really hoping that too. So fast forwarding, Salisbury, Johns Hopkins should be a really, really, really fun. North Central, Carthage, but Mary Hardin Baylor, a team we haven't talked about in a good minute because they have just kind of fell off into the river, man. They're not even ranked, but they're taking on Wisconsin Whitewater. If there was ever a chance for them to get into the top 25 this year, this is the game. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that's a good one. We got some SoCal teams out of the SIAC, man. Chapman and Whitworth and Redlands and Linfield. Hey, that'll be fun. 2 games there. La Crosse and Grand Valley. That's my game of the week. La Crosse over here knocking off D2 schools. Grand Valley, obviously, a extremely good. And we're talking about Grand Valley State, dude. Okay. Grand Valley State. You know who Grand Valley State is, Tara? You know where they're from?
Georgia?
No, from Michigan, bro. That's D2.
Oh, I'm thinking of Fort Valley State. My
bad.
Oh,
Fort Valley. You're good. Taryn, this is major. Division. We're talking one of the biggest. It's a huge game. Wisconsin La Crosse is a number 5 in Division 3. Grand Valley State is like number 2 in Division 2, I think. That's going to be fun. One of the better teams in Division 3 taking on one of the better teams in Division 2. Is it going to end up lopsided? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's going to be a lot of. That's why I'm saying these are going to be kind of shorter this week because, kind of crunched up. But, I mean, might as well just segue on over to Division 2 because, yeah, man. Same thing, though, last week with Division 2. Okay? Division 2 was really there were some great games. There were, and we had some circled, and we'll get into those right now. But yeah, man, I mean, obviously you had those big upsets there from last week, those Division 3 schools. coming to town, taking some cookies, man. They got down. But yeah, Darren, we had Lenore Ryan over Tiffin, number 13, Lenore Ryan. They're climbing the ranks, man, still. 38-17. We talked about that game last week. And congratulations to them on that victory. We did have Bemdy State. They rebounded after that loss a couple weeks ago to Minnesota State. So 33-0, they looked good in that game as well. Let's see here, Taryn. What was one of the games we circled? We were like, oh, yeah, that was a good one. Ferris State just doing their thing, 43-3 over Ashland, continuing to look dominant. Truman State nearly knocks off Indianapolis at number 15. Indianapolis, close call, but they held strong. They still got the victory. They're still going to be ranked high this week. Going into battle this week here. Let's see here. Where was it at? And there it is. Okay. So this right here last week was the game. Number 4, Grand Valley, Colorado Pueblo, number 25. Dude, Pueblo gave Grand Valley all they can handle. The Lakers were on the ropes in that game, 24-21. Grand Valley wins that game, but boy, it was a close one. And then we have the upset that just kind of shook D2. Emporia State out of Kansas, man, in-state rivalry, defeated number 3 Pittsburgh State. Down go the Gorillas, man, 24-21. That the rankings are going to be so different, of course, this week. But dude, that was a great game. Were you expecting that?
I was not, honestly. I was impressed by that result, and I was just impressed with all the matchups overall. It was a great week in terms of NCAA Division II. Trying to find something there was like history that was made on Thursday when it came to ESPN. I think there was two teams from the SIAC that played on ESPN2 for the first time in a hot minute. So trying to confirm which teams played so I can give them their flowers. But Division II football is being nationally televised, for those wondering. So that's a big step in the right direction for NCAA football.
I love it. We need more of that. I mean, it's look, man, sometimes these lower division games are way better. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're better because I don't know. So, yeah, man. I mean, today actually it's kind of cool. We have Valpo FCS school taking on Roosevelt. And that Roosevelt lost to a D3 team. So, I mean, wouldn't it be something if they knocked off an FCS? I'm just saying, who knows? But I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm just saying, it's interesting. We're seeing a lot of these matchups. I think we're seeing more like like overall sanctioning, like league divisions. We're seeing more of these cross division rivalries. Matchups than I think we've ever seen. So I'm really happy about that. Grand Valley is now number 2. So the number 4 team in Division 3 taking on the number 2 team in Division 2. That is going to be fun, man. Wisconsin lacrosse and Grand Valley State. That is as stupid as this sounds. That's actually my game because there's no really ranked on ranks this week, Taryn. We don't got a lot of these big. It's really just ranked on unranked, and I'm sure we'll see some upsets. But yeah, that game has got to be a lot of fun, man. Ranked unranked, Division 2 versus Division 3. Also, Wisconsin Oshkosh taking on Michigan Tech, another Division 2 school there. So yeah, dude. I mean, have we ever? I mean, we've been doing the show for 7 years now. Have we ever seen this many cross division teams play each other?
No, I don't think so. Not by my count.
Yeah, this is different. I was not expecting this. This is crazy, man. So let's go ahead and jump on over now into some NAIA. Like I said, we're going kind of quick here, but I'm gonna make sure we're doing good on time as well. But yeah, Taryn, last week, man, big ups. Good old NAIA football is just something to enjoy. I would hope some of you are becoming fans of NAIA because of this show. We love it, man. Big ups, obviously, to NAIA.org here. Players of the week, Michael Palderini out of Montana Western, junior quarterback, threw for 416 yards, 4 touchdowns in the air, 2 on the ground, 19 for 26. I mean, 23 rushing yards. He helped the number 3 ranked college. That's amazing. They defeated, obviously, number 3, College of Idaho, the Yotes. Awesome job to Palderini. Defensive player of the week, according to NAIA.org. We have Devion Moses out of South Dakota. Dakota State out of South Dakota, that is. Junior corner, he had picked 2 interceptions in fueling Dakota to a 16-6 win, secure the Trojans' victory as he returned a pick six for a touchdown with less than a minute remaining. Okay. Added 2 tackles and a fumble recovery and a pass breakup for DSU. That's what I'm talking about, man. Great stuff there on defense. And then special teams, looks like Job Matosian, Cumberland's Kentucky kicker, was perfect against Pikeville, Kentucky, going 3 for 3 on field goals, 5 for 5 on extra points while averaging 54.5 yards per punt. Wow. And 59.5 yards per kickoff. That's what I'm talking about. Broke the program record for career field goals made with 24 points as a Patriot. That is awesome. And his 2 punts included 68-yarder that pinned the Bears inside their own 10. That's off to those guys, right? Awesome performances this week in the NAIA, man. Last week, that is.
Yeah, great performances, great players, great everything from the NAIA. Just hats off on an amazing week or a great week.
It was, man. And now let's go ahead and jump into some of these games, man, because there was last week we talked about there's only one game that we actually were like, yeah, we like this game, and that was Grandview and Benedictine. And Teran, it wasn't even a good game. I mean, Grandview just kind of beat the crap out of Benedictine, Kansas, man. This Iowa team, Grandview, we know them. I would want to see Grandview and Grand Valley. Oh, that would be fun. NAIA Division II mash up there, but that would be a fun one. I would love to see that in the future. But yeah, Grandview, man, 52-28, just took these guys. Well, I didn't take them to the shed, but they beat them, but hats off there, man. Grandview is going to continue to look good top of the ranks there. Morningside was tested by Midland 28-21. That's kind of scary, man. Morningside, they were really solid for a couple of years there, and well, now it's not bad or anything, but I thought they'd be winning some of these games pretty handedly. But anyway, moving on to this week, though, because I know once again we got to get on some time here. But the games that I'm really looking forward to here that I like a lot, there wasn't very many this week. Again, I don't know. NAIA is a little sleepy right now. It is, man. The NAIA hasn't been. I mean, there's usually some fire games. We usually ranked a lot. But we haven't seen that this year with the NAIA. There's been some great football games, some great upsets, but we really haven't seen anything. And of course, looking at the NAIA website, I haven't really seen any like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a banger game. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be great games regardless, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd like to see Montana Tech in Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon gets lost to a freaking D3 team, so this team – they should want to battle back in this game for sure, taking on a fellow NAIA opponent. Benedictine taking on St. Ambrose. Let's see if they can battle back. Midland just almost beat Morningside, and they're a top-ranked team. Northwestern now out of Iowa, they're a top-ranked team. Can Midland go and pull off an upset here? I don't know. Morningside taking on Doane. Is Doane going to watch their film and defeat Morningside after they almost lost to Midland last week? I mean, I don't know. We got some stuff going on, but overall, man, I guess it's kind of a – and if you're looking for ranked on ranked, that's kind of a snooze fest for NAIA this week.
Yeah, it's a little, I wouldn't say a down week, but I just think it's a little bit of a quiet week in terms of ranked on ranked and a little quiet week, I would say overall, but there's still some exciting games. It's just not going to be eye-popping.
Yeah, it's
for our taste.
It's not. So I'm saying next week is going to be probably a quicker run through some of these, unless there's some big upsets or anything like that. But yeah, hats off those players of the week with the NAIA, man. Big ups. Let's go ahead and switch gears, Ron, into some FCS action. Did you ever find the flowers you wanted to give?
I'm still trying to find them. I apologize.
Oh, you're good, Teran. Sorry. Teran is diligent, though, man. He'll find this before the show ends. If not, he'll find it by next week. Teran's like that. He's a mole. He will find this crap, man. I'm telling you so. But, dude, last week in the FCS, okay, we're finally starting to get, out of cupcake territory. It's very pleasing to not see these blowouts, But yeah, man, I'm telling you, some of these teams, Cal Poly, we're going to talk about them in just a few minutes because we got to give them their flowers. Okay, we're in the flower giving mode now, Teran. We're florists now. We're giving flowers, yeah. All right, but I'll tell you, man, North Dakota, man, the fighting Hawks defeating Idaho State 52-28. It just goes to show you how good they are, right? But Youngstown State, man, oh sorry, Jen, Duquesne out of oh my gosh, this one is a killer, man. Duquesne out of Pittsburgh just knocked off Youngstown State last week, 28-25. Tough go there for Youngstown State, but big ups to Duquesne for getting that victory there. Man, you just gotta watch out for some of these games, right? Howard defeating Morehouse College. I think that was the D2 team, 35-21, but still what a good fight there from Morehouse last week. Towson and Villanova end up being a very good game, man. Villanova defeated Towson 14-13 in a close game there. Really, really, see, those are the games you love to watch, the games you love to see. And I don't know, I'm really looking to see this week if we can get some of those maybe like sleeper games going on. But Charlotte nearly losing to Gardner-Webb. Charlotte, obviously, now they're an FCS school. They almost lost to Gardner-Webb. I'm sorry, Charlotte's an FBS school now. So they almost lost to Gardner-Webb. Dude, Gardner-Webb, let's go. Bulldogs, man. These guys came out, they played good. And you can't, so I still mention them. You can't slight those teams, even though they're going to take on a Goliath, even though they lost. It's a hell of a game to come back and get. UC Davis and Southern Utah. UC Davis pulling this game out just barely, 24-21. Good game there for those guys. Cal Poly, man, first game of the year. I don't know if that was their first home game. I think it was their second home game, right, Teran? But they freaking got Western Oregon 31-14. Look, hats off, man. The Broncos or Mustangs? I forget. Mustangs, yay! I know Pomona is the Broncos then, but congratulations, man. Good old Cal Poly getting that thing done. But how about that game, Teran? I know you talked about it yesterday, man, but what did you think?
Yeah, I will say Cal Poly finally put together a full complete game. I mean, obviously it wasn't the flashiest game, but it's still a good win for them. Finally was able to get everything together and put everything together in all three phases of the game. So good win for Cal Poly, and they can only go up from here.
They can, as we see here in the chat room. Youngstown State has been very up and down this season. Very up and down at 1-2 so far this season, Gen B. So let's see if they can redeem themselves. But yeah, man, Nicholls State comes on over to Sacramento State and gets a big loss, man. They're 0-3 on the season now. Sacramento State 34-7, looking strong. I'm not quite sure why South Dakota and Portland State was canceled. Obviously, there was a good reason, but don't know what happened there. McNeese over SF Austin, 28-24. Just another great game there. 2-2 on the season now for McNeese. And then, the Northern Arizona. Gotta show love to the NAU Jacks, man. Defeating Utah Tech 45-17 last week. So, like I said, not a lot of big ones there, but at least we're getting more into, hey, we're playing our own division instead of the cupcake games. I'm liking that. So, we already recapped Division I, Teran. You know what that means. Short break. When we come back, we're making those picks for Division I Single A. Let's get it. You are listening to 3 and Out College Edition right here on iSports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is supposed to be right back after this.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS. The SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Teran Rodriguez, every week here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, here we go, man. This is it, Teran. Our last 15 minutes of the show. Let's get it. Let's groove. Why not, right? It's Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Let's groove today.
Let's groove. Yeah, that's right. I'm with it, man. Share the spice of life. We're getting it, bro. It's about that time, man. So, Teran, we had ourselves a fun one today. Definitely got all into these lower ranks and all that good stuff. Now it's time to get into the higher ranks, of course, Division I. If you're still with us, pick along, man. Let us know who you think is going to win these games. We're going to have some fun doing our pick'ems. And Teran, we get to eat our crow or celebrate next week.
Yep.
One or the two. So here we go, man. Starting things off. This is let's go ahead and jump onto it. Obviously, there's games like Marshall and Ohio State that are just not even worth talking about. But wouldn't that be something, right?
Kind of like what happened with Notre Dame and Marshall that one year.
Darren, that was something else. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was crazy. But here we go. This one, I just feel like I have to talk about. NC State 2-1 taking on number 21 Clemson. Darren, should Clemson be kind of worried in this game, or no?
I don't know. Yeah, that NC State team is pretty sneaky good, and Clemson is just not looked the same following the graduation of Trevor Lawrence. Give me NC State. I think they can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hate to say it. I hate to go against Clemson like that. They're 21. I feel like I'm disrespecting them, but they just haven't shown anything that looks good this year. So, one of those things. All right, well, we're going right into it, dude, because we're just going off the times. Number 11 USC taking on number 18 Michigan. Bro. Obviously, we're picking our Trojans, but Teran, what do you yesterday you talked all about it. I loved your discussion on this game. Give us a little bit of that and let everybody know, of course. Hey, go back to yesterday's game. Before the game today, go back to yesterday's show on the SoCal Supreme Sports Show with Teran. Listen to this, but Teran's going to give you the short and sweet version. What do you think, man?
If USC wins this matchup, then their schedule looks very favorable to help them make the Big Ten championship, because their only other ranked opponent that's pretty much on their level is Penn State. And I talked about how Penn State is kind of the definition of mid, too good to not be bad, but not good enough to be elite. So I think USC, if they play their cards right, they could be in the Big Ten championship and not the likes of like Oregon or Ohio State. But this is basically going to be a baptism by fire for SC playing in the big house. But USC, I love their chances. They're playing great as of late. Michigan, on the other hand, they've struggled, obviously, with Arkansas State. And then they got taken to the shed by Texas. But yeah, USC, I like their schedule going forward if they pull off the win. And I'm picking USC to win this one 34-24. It's not going to be easy, but I think we're going to see another masterclass from Miller Moss.
You know what? I'm with you. I love it. I love what we got going right now, man. You know what? I really do believe that this team's going to go out and make it happen. I'm really excited for USC. It's no slot. This is no knock on Michigan. I think Michigan is gonna come out and play. They're gonna get their licks. But honestly, man, yeah, like Drewski says here, Michigan's struggling at quarterback. Yeah,
they
man.
have a new quarterback yet. I think they're starting a true freshman, if not a sophomore at quarterback. Give me Miller Moss all day with SC.
Let's go Trojans. Let's see what happens, man. Obviously,
please USC,
please. If you lose this, I can't handle Riverside losing 1 week and SC losing the next week.
USC is probably the thing that would keep me sane if it weren't for the Chargers being 2-0.
Yeah, because everything else is falling apart. San Diego State can't seem to do anything. Okay,
and UCLA probably will get taken to the shed by LSU today.
We're not talking about that game. I don't want to talk about that game.
No, yeah.
Oh no, but yeah. Also, Drewski picking Clemson there. So next up, man, next pick'em game for us is gonna be UCLA LSU, number 16 LSU. Teran, really quick, it's not gonna be a game, is it? It's not gonna be a game.
I was generous last week saying that UCLA was only going to lose by 1 or 2 scores. I have them losing 38-21. LSU should pick up the win. If Garrett Nussmeier isn't as banged up as he was last week against South Carolina, LSU should have a field day. And it's in Baton Rouge, so can UCLA really pick up this win in Baton Rouge after getting embarrassed by Indiana? No. Give me them Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers! They're gonna beat the brakes off UCLA, man. Yeah, LSU all day. I hate this. I would like to see UCLA pull off an upset here, but LSU Yeah, LSU right now. I told you already, man. RCC had a hard week of practice. LSU's been having hard weeks of practice after they lost. So I mean, yeah, man, it's been rough. So yeah, so we got some other ones. Obviously, Miami of Ohio taking on Notre Dame. I don't know. I mean, craziness there. Georgia Tech though taking on number 19 Louisville. Teran, do you see Louisville getting upset in this game?
You know what? I actually do see it. If Georgia Tech can run the ball effectively, I think they could win. Give me Georgia Tech over Louisville.
Give me Georgia Tech.
Louisville's not one of the more better ACC teams, but then again, the entire ACC isn't all that strong.
Yes, give me Georgia Tech, dude. I'm with you on the ACC. They're the next Pac-12, dude. Watch, you'll fall apart soon, anyway. So whatever. But anyway, yeah, dude. Okay, I bring this game up because I don't know what it is, man. But right now, the Buffs, these guys, man. Well, sorry, not the Buffs. The Bulls out of Buffalo, dude. This kid Barksdale is getting down, man. 184 yards on the season so far on 35 carries. I got a touchdown. Look, number 23, Northern Illinois is a strong team. They're 2-0. Tell me why I feel like the Buffalo Bulls are going to upset this game on the road.
I think they could do it too. And actually, I am going to pick Buffalo as well, just because Northern Illinois, look, they had their fun moment defeating Notre Dame, but this is kind of a whole different team. This Buffalo team actually goes out and doesn't even care for the spotlight if they're not spotlighted or not. Give me the Buffalo Bulls.
I love it. Same page all day today, Teran. I'm loving it. Number 12, Utah versus number 14, Oklahoma State. Big 12 matchup. This is going to be fun. Oh, my gosh. They even have Utah favored by a point. Teran, who are you taking in this one, man?
You know what? I'm going to take Oklahoma State. Utah, if this were in Utah, I would totally pick Utah because that's such a tough place to win at. But Oklahoma State, I think, will just eke out a win. I think it'll be a thriller of a game. If they could stop Utah's ground game, then Utah will be ineffective.
I agree. Vandy. I'm taking Oklahoma State as well. Vandy, as we talked about already, Bishop, taking on number 7, Mizzou. Look, it's not that I disrespect Vandy because I think they're a good team. They're upcoming, but Mizzou's pretty good. I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking Missouri, no doubt about it.
Yeah, should be good there. Thanks for picking along with us, man. Drewski's getting his quick picks in. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. He's taking the Utes in that game, by the way. Okay, let's see what he does.
And he took Louisville.
And he took Louisville in this one. Okay, hey, we're okay. I'll take it. Teran, quick little question I got to ask you in today's show, man. Just a quick one here. As Drewski picks Mizzou. Is the U back?
I really don't think so. They have literally a cupcake schedule. Their only true opponent will be against Louisville. All I got to say is MICKEYMOUSC.
Woo! Look at that. Yeah, y'all. Today they're taking on South Florida. They're going to beat them. But when they get playing the real teams, I don't think Miami's going to be back.
Yeah.
They're number 8 right now. But and that's not hating. It's just look at the schedule.
It's being the truthful. It's absolutely being truthful. It's like they don't play anyone ranked ahead of them or anyone pretty much on their level. Like I said, Louisville is their only ranked opponent. This is straight up Mickey Mouse. Y'all could hate me. Y'all could say I'm being a hater, but it is literally a cakewalk schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a definite little cupcake schedule there. Teran, we got the game of the day. Number 6, Tennessee, taking on number 15, Oklahoma. 3-0, 3-0. Teran, this is going to be a fun game, dude. Who you taking?
Oh, this one's so tough. I'm going to take Tennessee in a close one. I really like Nico Iamaleava. He is the real deal coming out of Warren High School. Give me the Vols in a close one.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Should be a lot of fun with that game tonight. I'm going to take the Sooners. I like that one, Teran. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Let's see, man. Boomer Sooner, Rocky Top. Teran's taking Rocky Top. I'm taking the Sooners. Let's do it.
I love it.
Teran. Let's do it. Oh, looks like we got it. Oh, Drewski. 2-1, Teran. Sorry. Just kidding.
We'll see.
Tonight, Teran's going to be singing Rocky Top when he's right. Watch. Good old Teran, man. Good old Teran. Bowling Green, number 25, Texas A&M. That's not even fair. Georgia Southern and number 5, Ole Miss. That's not fair. UL Monroe and number 1, Texas. That's not fair. Okay. And then obviously we have tonight, like number 13, Kansas and BYU. That should be a pretty fun game. Teran, who are you taking that one?
That's a sneaky good game, but here's my thing about BYU. They haven't really beaten anyone notable. They have not beaten anyone on what? They've beaten South Illinois, SMU by 3. They beat Wyoming. Like, where has the eye-popping win come from? And remember, this used to be a BYU team that used to be good. I think they're going to give Kansas State a run for their money just because BYU is such a tough place to win at with the high altitude and the raucous fan base. But I'm going to take Kansas State to win this one, and probably a close one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'll be a good game there. And of course, some of the other games, man. Florida. Okay, now let's go quick rapid fires here. Obviously, we got Florida, Mississippi State. Go.
Florida.
Agreed. They got to win something, right? Villanova, Maryland. That's not fair.
Maryland.
Fair. James Madison and North Carolina. Both of them are undefeated. 2-0 versus 3-0. Do you think James Madison could pull this off?
Maybe they'll keep it close, but give me the Tar Heels.
Give me the Tar Heels. Houston and Cincinnati. What do you think?
2 new Big 10 team or Big 12 teams in their second year. I'll take Houston.
I'll take Houston too. It'd be a good game, but I don't know. Since he's sneaky good. Kansas and West Virginia, 2 teams that started out looking like, hey, we could be really good, and now they're not. I don't know.
I'll take Kansas.
I'm taking Kansas. Tulane and Louisiana. We got a Louisiana battle. Raging Cajuns versus the Green Wave. Teran, what do you think?
Tulane.
I'll take the Raging Cajuns. I don't know. Tulane's been underachieving this year. So Rice in the Army.
I'll take Rice.
I'll take Army. The Black Knights are 2-0. They're home. Rice 1-2. Let's see. Ohio 2-1. Kentucky 1-2. What do you think?
I'll take the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think so. Wait. Wildcats or Bobcats? Just kidding.
Wildcats.
Yeah, I'm going Wildcats too in this one. Ball State, Central Michigan. That's why. I'm going Central Michigan in this game.
I'll take Ball State because Caden Simonza.
Hey, there you go. Arkansas State, number 20, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Yeah, give me the Cyclones too. It should be fun. Virginia 2-1. Coastal Carolina Chanticleers 3-0. Ooh, that's a toughie, Teran. I'm going Chanticleers at home.
Yeah, I'll take Coastal Carolina too.
That'll be fun. Utah State 1-2. Temple 0-3. The Owls can't get right. The Aggies, well, they can't either.
I'll take Utah State, even though they have a lot of troubles.
I'm going to take the Owls just because. I don't know. St. Francis, what do you call it? Oh, that's an FCS school. That's not even fair. Eastern Michigan is probably going to smash them. But yeah, Eastern Michigan welcomes over St. Francis. What do you think?
I'll take Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. Southern Miss, Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State is 0-3.
Southern Miss.
Yeah, Southern Miss. Eastern, well, but that's not even. I'm not even gonna say these ones, man. Forget. Well, actually, this one actually could be pretty good, Teran. Eastern Washington FCS taking on FBS Nevada. 1-2 versus 1-3.
I'll take Nevada just to be safe.
Just to be safe. Kent State 0-3. Penn State. That's not even fair. Penn State's winning that game by a landslide.
Yeah.
That's not even fair. Some of these games are just ridiculous. Arkansas at 2-1. Auburn at 2-1. That's actually pretty good.
Okay, that's a good one. I'll take the Tigers.
I'll take the Tigers, too. That's a good one. We have Rutgers and Virginia Tech. Oh, I'll take Rutgers in a close one.
Yeah, give me Rutgers in a close one as well. Rutgers plays some hard-nosed football.
Yeah, Central Connecticut, I don't even know what that is of FCS. That could be Division II. I don't know. But they're taking on UMass, and Massachusetts is 0-3. So they could seriously take on a junior college and probably lose. I don't know. But give me UMass just in case, but they're probably going to lose.
Yeah, I'll take UMass.
Youngstown State versus Pittsburgh. Are you serious? No, we're not talking about that. That's just not even fair. Arizona State, Texas Tech. That should be pretty fun.
I'll take Arizona State.
Yeah, I think they're going to win on the road, but that should be a damn good game. Memphis in their really cool uniforms taking on Navy.
I got to go with Memphis.
It's just those uniforms. They're so cool. They're so cool. I don't care. Houston Christian and UTSA, the Roadrunners, 1-2 versus 1-2. Teran, you can't win there.
I one time picked against UTSA. It backfired. Give me UTSA.
UTSA. What about let's see here. What is it? MTTSU or yeah? How about Duke 3-0 versus the Mid Tennessee Raiders at 1-2?
Give me Duke.
Yeah, because the Raiders just don't seem to win anything unless it's the Ravens. If Duke was the Ravens, I might pick Mid Tennessee. I don't know.
Right.
And we have here the last ever. This kills me. Iron Skillet game. Drew C's been talking about this for weeks, man, until they renew that contract. I hope they do. But 2-1, SMU, TCU. He picked TCU. I'm going to pick TCU. What do you think, Teran?
I'll go TCU.
Okay, we're going TCUs across the board. It should be a good. I hope they renew that contract, man. We need to see that game.
UTEP renew it or else.
Seriously, right? UTEP at 0-3, Colorado State at 1-2. That's not some of these, like I said, some of these aren't even fair. East Carolina, Liberty, Northwestern, and Washington. Both of them are 2-1. I mean, if Northwestern pulls this off, I have to stop making fun of them.
I'll take Washington. It's the battle of the purple teams.
Purple people, yeah. North Atlantic. I'm sorry, Florida Atlantic and UConn. Snooze. Now, Cal versus Florida State. I guess the only question about this one, Teran, is how bad is Cal going to beat Florida State?
Yeah, it's got to be Cal. I'd be shocked if Florida State manages to win this one. Watch Florida State finally get everything together, but give me Cal.
Yeah, I'm taking Cal too. I just they're winning. Florida State's losing. Florida A&M and Troy. That's a pick'em game because both those teams aren't that good. Even though Florida A&M is 2-1, but I'll take Troy in that game at home. I don't know.
Yeah, give me Sunbelt, Fun Belt.
Fun Belt, yay! Tulsa and La Tech because that's a fun game, right?
Yeah. I'll take Tulsa.
New Mexico State, and one of the only games I'll ever pick them in versus Sam Houston, because Sam Houston's a brand new team to the FBS because they were FCS. I'll take the Aggies, but this is probably the last time the Aggies will win this game.
Probably so, yeah. I'll take New Mexico State. That might get ugly not in like ugly blowout wise, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Toledo 3-0, Western Kentucky. 2-1. What do you think?
I'm going to take Toledo.
Wyoming at 0-3. The Mean Green of North Texas. Teran, who you got?
I'll take the Mean Green of North Texas.
Oh, they're so mean. Watch them get their ass kicked.
If Josh Allen plays for Wyoming, then I would take him. But
I know. We got to go. Come on, Mean Green. Don't make us look stupid. We're pumping y'all up and y'all lose. Don't you dare. Losing to the chocolate-covered bananas. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Good old Wyoming, man. Bowling Green, we already talked about that. Akron and South Carolina, that's not fair. Iowa, Minnesota, they're both 2-1, and they're both not that good. What do you think?
This might be the biggest snooze fest of the Big Ten, but I'll take Minnesota.
That sounds like fun. Georgia Southern at 2-1, number 5 Ole Miss. Seriously, guys? Seriously? Come on, man. Oh, this is a good one. Michigan State and Boston College. Oh, I like this. This should be a fun one.
Yeah, I think this will be fun too. I'll take Boston College.
I'm going to go, let's just devil's advocate. I'll go Michigan. That'd be fun, Michigan State. Baylor and Colorado. Do the Primes get it done at home today, or do the Primes lose at home today?
I will take Colorado.
Yeah, I want to say Baylor, but yeah, Colorado. Fresno State and New Mexico, because Fresno State's winning games and New Mexico can't seem to win anything.
Yeah, Fresno State, no doubt.
Yeah, Purdue at 1-1 and Oregon State at 2-1. This is kind of funny because both these teams got killed this year at one point. So. I'm so mean. I'm sorry, I can't help it. This is actually a kind of hard game to pick. I'm going to go Oregon State, but barely.
Yeah, I got Oregon State winning. Purdue is one of the worst, not one of the more better teams in the Big Ten, so give me the Beavers.
Yeah, come on. Portland State. Seriously. Portland State and Boise. You guys gotta stop booking these freaking games, man. I mean, seriously. Okay, Kansas, number 13, Kansas State and BYU. We talked about that one already. And Northern Iowa at Hawaii. why do I feel like it's gonna be a good game, even though it's an FCS school going over to Hawaii? I don't know, but Teran, oh my gosh, yeah, we've done too much today, man. Let's cue that freaking music. This was a good one. That was fun, dude. It's always a pleasure coming on here talking with you. But oh my gosh, how about this week, man? Was that what do you think, man? Okay, now that we went over all of them, your most exciting game of the day.
It's got to be USC versus. Well, okay, Tennessee, Oklahoma probably overrides USC, Michigan, but USC, that's going to be a big test for them. Let's see how they do in their first official Big Ten opener.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think this is going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun getting in. I'll tell you though, right now, I think it's going to be a great game to watch. Let's go SC. But Teran, my fun game of the day, I'm sorry, I'm going Division 3 versus Division 2. Why not, dude? Wisconsin lacrosse, number 4 in Division 3, taking on Grand Valley State, number 2 in Division 2. I don't care. That should be fun. Will Riverside bounce back? Will Modesto knock off San Mateo? I mean, guys, this is crazy. Will East Mississippi get their crap together? The original Last Chance U. Today, the battle of the Iowas, Iowa Central and Iowa Western. I mean, we got some good ones. High school has been like the fun point of our show the last couple of weeks.
Losing her beat Santa Margarita last night to stay undefeated.
Losing her beat Santa Margarita. Guys, chaos. This is why we love football. This is why we play the game, guys. This is why we do the show. So appreciate all y'all out there, man. Big shout out, thank you to everybody tuning in, man. Give us a follow all over the place. Check us out all over the place. This platform, iSportsRadio.com. Check us out, show us some love. Give us follows everywhere because we're cool like that. Follow Teran Rodriguez at Teran Rodriguez1. Follow me at the TXE_LB53. Shout out to our sponsor, Planet Jerky, and of course, Seal the Deal, Wax Seals. Teran, any last thoughts before we're out here today?
I appreciate everybody tuning in and keeping up with our shenanigans.
Back to it next week, y'all. Same time, same place, same channel. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Peace.